All right, what's up, fellas? Time for Wake Up Mintzy, the only wake-up show at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. We're knocking around the zoo on a Thursday afternoon. Joined, fun guest today, Sam Goldfinger in the house. We're prepping for a big night out, but first of all, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, man, great to have you. Been a big Goldfinger fan. He's got hired. It was an intern last summer. Ran one of our Viceroy accounts, and got hired. And then I believe you did online classes while you worked here to finish your degree.
Yeah, I still am doing classes. I finished August 15th, so almost done. Had to do a couple summer classes. Like I walked it, like the whole graduation thing, but still taking a couple.
Still taking a couple. Well, awesome. I would love having you here. I always enjoy your energy. What's going to be fun about why Goldfinger's on, we've got a big night out planned in Chicago tomorrow night. Very big night out. And most people know I'm a pretty big jam band rock and roll fan. Goldfinger also, he loves the Dead. And we're going to Fish at United Center. They got a 3-night run, Friday through Sunday. We got our tickets on Game Time, the #1 ticket app to use. Get you some discounts. All the fees are included on your price. And we're rolling in there tomorrow. You excited?
I'm so excited. I've recently been getting into jam bands. I went to Dead and Company at the Sphere. One of my best friends growing up, super big Deadhead. He's seen them a bunch of times. Always tried getting me into it. Last summer he went to the Sphere a bunch, showed me videos. I'm like, all right, I need to go. Went to Sphere, saw Dead and Company, and since then it's just been creeping its way into my daily listens.
Well, that Dead and Company Sphere thing, I got to do it last summer too, and everybody has been talking about America. The Sphere is, I've never seen anything like it because there's never been anything like it with the big board and then the 160,000 speakers in Vegas. So if you're gonna pop your cherry to the jam band thing, you've set the bar pretty damn high.
Mm-hmm. But I think tomorrow is gonna be up to par.
Oh, tomorrow will be up to par. And Goldfinger was asking me, he's like, do I listen to any Fish before? And I was like, no. Just go in there blind as a bat and just see what happens. But yeah, Fish is huge. I've seen him 12 or 13 times, I think. But the last time, there was a big summer run in 2022 in New York where they played Jones Beach, and then I went to Merriweather Pavilion by D.C. So it was 3 years ago was the last time I saw him. So I'm ready to see Trey Anastasia, one of the top guitar players in the world, crushing at United Center. They also have one of the best live shows, Chris Carota, best lights guy in the game. And so, it's rare. Usually summer shows you want to see in an outdoor amphitheater, but Fish is the one band I'd rather see inside because the light shows. So that'll be a nice element too. And we're going to get out. We're going to do the damn thing, man. I think we're going to try to hit up the lot scene before. There might be a Viva La Food video. And then after, there's a big late night tomorrow night. Joe Marchinick's Dead, a Dead late night with Melvin Seals, Jerry Garcia band. And we're going to hit that up at the Epiphany Center for the Arts. So tomorrow, this is always what I love about Barstool, is the random personalities and backgrounds. And so we've got, 42-year-old me, and I believe you're what, 22?
22, yeah.
Yep. Big night out on the town.
Mm-hmm. I've been wanting to go to a concert with you. I know you're a big concert guy. I love live music. I've been one of my goals this year is to go see more, and living in Chicago now, there's just so many opportunities. So I'm was in the second you invited me to this.
Hell yeah. Well, what music are you into?
I listen to everything. Grew up listening to country, kind of transitioned to rap, went to college, EDM crept its way in there.
EDM will do that with the y'all's generation.
Yeah. So that's most what I listen to, it morning, afternoon, night, it will be all over the spectrum, just everything.
Hell yeah. Well, you're in the right city. The thing with Chicago, everybody big comes through here in summer. So, it never ends. I've had this Fish United Center on my calendar for a while since I saw it. I'm going to go tomorrow night. I'm going to skip Saturday. I'll go Sunday if they blow me away tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I'm going to leave that option open. So if we have a huge time tomorrow, I might go back Sunday. I'll say this. I've done a lot of 3-night runs in my day, especially for Panic, but those 3-nighters tough at 42. Woo, tough, man. That Chicago theater run that was the Panic Billy Strings thing, man, I went all 3, and that Saturday I slept 20 to 24 hours. Man, that third night will get you. But so I'm thinking, 1 to 2 here is the way to go. But it's gonna be a hell of a lot of fun. Fish United Center, and just so excited to get back out there. How's your summer going?
Summer's been amazing. Like, it's very different than last summer. It's weird having like new interns come in because like
You still feel like an intern sometimes?
yeah, just like being like still the younger crowd. Like I still like the people I intern with like are now my best friends. Like we hang out all the time. So it's really like different, but I don't know, just the energy here is just the best.
Yeah, it is. I love it. The internship summer thing, because I'm upstairs around a lot of them. And every year I love it, man. It's always fun just getting new blood. And it's honestly fun for me to hang out with a bunch of young people. Like, I always just enjoy it. Makes me feel young. Kind of keeps me on my toes.
Yeah, we love hanging out with you too. Like last summer, like we'd always like, even though I was like working the back with the producer, like always come around, say hi, chop it up.
Well, we're gonna have a big one tomorrow night. I can assure you of that. I want to get into some Barstool stuff because there's a lot as always, but humongous news today, and it got leaked as a rumor yesterday, but Dave made it official today. Barstool partnering with Fox Sports. Man, what a great partnership! I just so happy about it. Dave's going to be on the Big Noon Kickoff every week with like Urban Meyer and their crew. And the Barstool College Football Show is going to be going to, I believe, 6 of the Big Noon games and going to be airing from 9 to 9:45 Eastern on campus. So I'm glad I went to Ole Miss last year with the College Football Show because it looks like they won't be going to the SEC country anymore with this Fox Sports deal. And then also, which is super exciting for The Office, there's going to be a show from The Office 8 to 10 a.m. on Fox. It's going to be on Fox Sports 1, but airing from the Chicago office.
Every day, right?
Yeah, Monday to Friday.
That's going to be
Oh, it's going to be incredible. So just huge news out of Barstool, man. Dave Portnoy, just, man, what an American. I mean, it's just unbelievable, the stuff he's been able to do. And then last night, Miss Peaches and Pete and Dave on the Jimmy Fallon show.
insane.
I mean, he's everywhere. I mean, he's like Elvis.
The past couple, like this past week, just in the Barstool world has been insane. From Monday, like the biggest live viewership on the Yak.
Yeah. Oh, the Nadu Monday Yak was insane. Yeah, over 35,000. They beat the first Mintzy versus Clemmer Pro Day. We had it over 30,000.
How do you feel about that?
Man, records are meant to be broken. Is how I feel about it. And the Nadu plane thing was awesome content. And I love to see the Yak continuing to grow and crush. So, I think it's a great thing.
Start the week with that, and now Barstool's on TV.
Yeah, Barstool on Fox Sports, though. I think it's going to be a great partnership. I think it makes a lot of sense for all parties. Dave, obviously, a Big Ten Michigan guy. So, great fit there with the Big Noon Kickoff and all the Michigan content that's going to be coming. And just so excited to see what comes of this Fox Sports 1 show out of the office, 8 to 10. So we got a good morning 2-hour show every day. And I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I'm spitballing off my brain. Obviously, Big Cat's going to be extremely involved. I heard Dave's supposed to host it at least once a week. But we'll just see what happens, man. But I kind of feel like supposedly most of the office is going to be included at some point. So I feel like when something like real sports relevance involved with something, people are going to get pulled on there. So, dude, I'm just so pumped about it. I think it's amazing what Barstool's been able to accomplish over 22 years now, but it just keeps going up and up and up and up. And you think like, hey, you hit a ceiling and there's no ceiling. It just keeps growing. It's crazy.
Really entering I think this is like a start of a new era for Barstool, I'd say.
Yeah, I think the new era started with the Chicago office.
Yeah.
The New York thing was the center from 16 when they got the Churn and investment deal. And then, the New York thing was the center of it. And then it, obviously the Chicago office opened after Halloween in 2023. And I feel like this has almost been a new era since that's happened.
It's exciting to be a part of it.
Hell yeah, it is,
Coming
man.
into Barstool at this time has been amazing.
It's freaking great. Some other stuff going on. Michael Mizrahi, the grinder, the final table ended in the World Series main was 58 minutes last night for him to knock 3 people out. He's your new world champion. He got inducted into the Poker Hall of Fame on the spot. Dude won the 50K Players Championship for $1.3 million in the World Series main event for $10 million in the same summer. Damnedest thing I've ever seen in poker. He had 3 big blinds on day 8 and was able to run it up. It's the grinder's world. We're living in it. And it sounds like there were a lot of happy people at Spearmint Rhino last night because Grinder, known to booze, known to hit the strip club. So I'm sure he was sharing his wealth around town last night.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure it was a huge time, but great for poker. Very memorable World Series main and final table, and it's great to have a big time champion like that. He'll be a good ambassador. So excited for that for poker already. Counting down the days, like 355 of them to next year's World Series main after my day 3 late run this year. I feel like the fire is lit in me and in back. And I got a couple of poker things coming up. There's an 1100 poker tournament in Chicago area in mid-August, and then I'm trying to get to New Orleans for the World Series of Poker. New Orleans is finally coming back for the first time since COVID over Labor Day, but nothing's the main, and everything you play the rest of the year is kind of like 1/100th is important, but either way, still excited about it. And we got football season coming up. Major League Baseball All-Star Game got a really big viewership, 7.2 million. But they start back tomorrow. We got Tyler Moody. We're going to get into some baseball talk with him in a second. And, man, it's just a great time of year, Chicago summer. I'm excited to be back here for, like, the next 6 weeks after being on the road in Omaha and Vegas for, like, 22 of 24 days. This is kind of lockdown time. Enjoy the Chicago summer. And then I'm running my ass off trying to train for the Chicago Marathon. I mean, I'm on – this week it's Thursday, and I've already at almost 16 miles. Yeah, I'm going hard. I got my new salon haircut today. Finally got me some new shorts that fit me. The Let's Get Hot 2025 movement.
Let's get hot.
Yeah, let's get hot, man. It's taking over. It's a movement. So, that's kind of the focus the next few weeks. But as always, just tons of stuff going on with Barstool. Excited about the Bass Fishing Classic from Lake Michigan coming out on Monday. I got to take part in it. I will not be spoiling anything in it, but I will say you're going to want to watch it. It's gonna, man. It was one of the most fun things I've ever gotten to film and content at Barstool. Should be an awesome show. And then Tate's got a big announcement about the Stool After Dark on Monday for next week. That I can't spoil that either, but that's going to be awesome too. And even when it's summer, it's never slow here, man. It's but that was a bombshell today. That's today's Barstool history with the Fox Sports thing. That's a freaking huge deal.
Yeah, it's like just like it took over the office. Everyone was talking like this was just like a true like where were you moment.
Yeah,
I'd say.
I put on my Instagram the screenshot the Barstool and Fox Sports logo together and said only in America. It got very viral. Yeah, very the Big Cat quote tweet. This is what Fox Sports signed up for.
I saw that. That might that's basically like that was basically like the official announcement.
Yeah. Quiggs had a funny tweet where he's like, I worked all night on a video, but how can you compete with this?
Yeah, I saw that one too.
I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, man, excited about tomorrow though. Very excited. I mean, going to be one of the most fun nights of the year. I've kind of headed neutral even in Vegas. I went to a 4th of July pool party at the Cosmo, but I really didn't party any and just did the poker thing. And so, I'm excited about getting to see a show. I hadn't, since that early June Panic Billy Strings run, I've kind of headed neutral. So it's time to get back out and live a little bit.
I'm excited to go to my first Fish concert.
Oh, man. Hell yeah. We'll do some fun content together with it too. We're going to have to hit the walk around that fish lot and see what kind of happens. And I'm excited about that late night too, man. A little dead late night.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Hell yeah. Tyler Moody also about to join us here in a sec. Man, but Goldfinger.
Yeah, I'm ready to roll. We can let Sam go and no more torture for him here. So sitting there having to listen.
Oh, he's having a good time.
Yeah, I'm having a good time. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Appreciate it. Follow Sam on Twitter at @SamGoldfinger_. He's the man. Everybody loves him in the office. And always can't wait for tomorrow night. Can't wait. It's
going to be
content's going to be great.
Thanks for having me, Mintzy.
Moody, what are you trying to say that I'm torturing Goldfinger, giving him his moment?
You were just going off the rails there for a second. It just felt like you were about to walk him through your plans for the next 6 months. You know what I mean? I was worried about him for a moment.
That's fair. Well, Major League Baseball starting back tomorrow. Moody, getting excited for the second half?
Ready to go. I woke up today ready to bet, and so we're gonna go through some things that are in play for the second half. I was thinking maybe the way that we do this, We'll kind of go through the divisions once again, look at the odds on everything. I'll touch on what I gave out at the beginning of the year and what I think is the play right now. So what do you think about that?
Sounds like a plan. Also, I want to make sure I mention this real quick. The Open Championship started this morning. We gave out some picks yesterday on the show, but the Tyrell Hatton 30-1. He's 3 under, 1 off the lead. So had a really good opening round. Was also on Matthew Fitzpatrick at 55-1 on DraftKings. He's 4 under, tied for the lead. Granted, the leaderboard extremely crowded after day one, so you don't want to get too excited yet. But those were my 2 big ones that weren't crazy long shots, and they're both. I don't see how you could have a better first day on a 30 and 55-1 doing that well. All the long shots fell off bad, but that's why they're long shots.
Is Sam playing?
1 under, good round.
Okay.
Because Sam was 80-1, but I didn't like him in the links course because it's like just he's not used to play. It's just such a different brand of golf over in Europe, dealing with the links course adjustments, and he doesn't have a ton of experience with that. So he wasn't the guy I was looking at like I was in the U.S. Open, but very solid round, 1 under, definitely in the mix.
Kid's a gamer. There's no doubt. He's starting to take steps forward. So proud of him, representing Shreveport very well. Go get him, Sam.
Old Shreveport, Tim Brando was fired up today about the Barstool Fox Sports thing. He's going to be on next week, Moody.
Okay, yeah, that'll be badass. Tim's a great guy. He's kind of helped me out a little bit in the past as well. He's a great dude. Tim Brando's a legend around here, 100%.
No doubt. All right, well, let's get into the baseball. So starting the second half, starts back tomorrow. Sounds like I know what you mean. Today you were ready to bet because it's the All-Star break. It used to not be as long as it is now. They've gotten it to where now they give them 4 days. It used to be they started back on Thursday. But I kind of like that, though. The baseball season's 162 games, so, it's good for them to get a break.
No, for the players, they need the break. They need to reset, recalibrate. I mean, it's the break is deserved. The fans, obviously, we get a little bit hungry for sports and for betting, especially if you've been gambling for 100 straight days. So I'm ready to go once again. I think everybody's going to come back ready to roll in the second half, and hopefully we can pick up where we left off because it's definitely been a pretty solid first half. 4 3-leg parlays, three-leg home run parlays in the first half.
Yeah, they were all over 100-1, right? Weren't they all over 100-1?
Maybe one of them was like 90-1 or something, but
one was like 143.
One was 143. I missed one of the 4-leggers that I gave out hit off the bottom of the wall. Would have been plus like 480-1. So yeah, tough right there.
We might have.
No, we're good. I'm back. Somebody tried to give me a phone call. All right, let's get into this. Let's get going here. Let's start the NL Central. I gave out the Brewers to win the division before the season. Everybody else was on the Cubs. Everybody was fading the Brewers. I gave out the Brewers. The Brewers are just 1 game back. The Cubs are obviously the favorite, minus 220. Brewers at plus 190. I'm not changing anything here. I think the Brewers have the secret weapon going into the second half. His name is Jacob Mizorowski. He's as good as Paul Skeens. He's going to end up winning the Rookie of the Year in the National League, assuming he doesn't get hurt. Young man throws 102 miles an hour. He's got a 98-mile-an-hour slider at times. He is the best pitching prospect I've ever laid eyes on in the history of the game. He's better than Paul Skeens. The upside from him is better than Paul Skeens. We'll see if he outworks him and whatnot. But Jacob Mizorowski has some of the best stuff I have ever seen. Brewers are there. Jackson Chourio, Christian Yelich, they'll get Rhys Hoskins back for the second half. I think the Brewers run down the Cubs. They end up winning the NL Central. I just don't really love the Cubs pitching staff. I know, Matt Boyd is going to take a step back. He is pitching above his means right now, and unless the Cubs go get a legitimate number 2, they're going to be in trouble. They're going to get run down. Brewers pull off the upset, if you will, and end up coming away with the NL Central. And I know nobody else is on that. The rest of the world's on the Cubs right now.
Well, the plus 190 is an incredible price being 1 game back.
Yeah, 1 game
back. That's crazy. The Cubs are minus 220, only up 1 game.
Mm-hmm. And it's understandable. The Cubs look great. Don't get me wrong. They play good defense. The rise of PCA. I just don't really trust the pitching staff. But if the Cubs make a big move at the trade deadline, which they certainly could, that would, maybe be enough to hold off the Brewers. The Brewers' question is the offense. They need more pop in their lineup. But if Christian Yelich stays healthy, and if Jackson Churio gives them the same performance in the second half that he did last season, I mean, he was on fire to finish off the year. So I think the Brewers are going to be a very legitimate threat here. It is a 3-team race. I understand the Cardinals are lingering. Not going to happen. They don't have the pitching. Their offense is hit or miss as well. So it's a 2-team race. Give me the Brewers.
Okay. What's next?
Moving forward, AL East, the Yankees are the favorite. The Blue Jays currently lead the division. I gave out the Red Sox to open up the season.
They got
Red Sox
hotter. They're
+650.
hotter than a pistol before the break. What they win 10 or 8, 10 runs?
They traded away Devers, had a couple mediocre games, and ever since then they have been playing phenomenal baseball. They're led by the rookie Roman Anthony. He has taken a huge step into achieving his potential here early on. Dude is lighting the baseball up right now. They're playing good ball, man, and they're led by Garrett Crochet. I just don't know if they have enough pitching. They really only have Crochet. I don't like the rest of their rotation. They got a bunch of average arms. Unless they make a move down the stretch, I don't think they're going to catch the Blue Jays or the Yankees. I hate to say it, but I think the Yankees will be buyers at the trade deadline. I do think the Yankees win the division. Yeah, it sucks. I hope the Blue Jays beat the Yankees. The Yankees are my most hated team in all of sports. I hope they fade away. But I think they're going to go get an extra arm at the trade deadline. So give me the Yankees at the moment. They're -120. Not really worth betting, but I do think they end up winning that division.
Okay. They're 2 back right now.
Next up, AL West. The Astros are now -370. They've started to pull away. Obviously, I gave out the Rangers at the beginning of the season. I also gave out the Rangers to win the American League. The Rangers now 19-1 to win the AL West. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'll tell you what, Rangers +70 or +70,000 to win the World Series. Give me that. I'm taking that. I got $20 on it to win 1,400. This is the exact same spot the Rangers were in 2 seasons ago. They were right at 500 going into the All-Star break. They played in sensational baseball after the All-Star break. They got in as the wild card. They won the World Series. They have all the pieces to do it. Everybody's returning. Langford's healthy. Seager's now healthy. The Rangers will be a threat in the second half, but give me the Astros to win the division. I don't trust the Mariners lineup unless they go find a bat, and I just don't know.
The Cal Raleigh's just been carrying them.
It's a two-man show. It's Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, the rest of those guys. I mean, like Jorge Polanco has a game every once in a while, but the majority of that lineup is not good. It's one of my just most hated lineups in baseball because I just feel like they could have done so much more to make it better over the course of the last couple of years, and they really have not brought in any pieces to help them out. It's a two-man show. Love the pitching, but the pitching staff has kind of regressed a little bit this year. So give me the Astros -370. Give me the Rangers 70-1 to win the World Series. I got a little action on that too. Flipping over to the NL, Dodgers -1400. What's there really to say? They're going to run away with that. NL East, I gave out the Phillies before the season. I'm sticking with the Phillies. I think they're better than the Mets. I think both of their lineups are very comparable to one another, but I like the Phillies pitching staff from top to bottom better. And the main thing about the Phillies is they're going to get Andrew Painter at some point in the second half, the second best pitching prospect in all of baseball behind Jacob Mizorowski. He's got legitimate stuff. Beautiful curveball. He will boost them, whether or not they use him in the rotation or the bullpen. He's a piece that's really going to help them down the stretch. Braves are done. No, nothing to say about the
I will say this before the season started, because we know the Braves started like 0-7. But before the season started, what kind of odds did you get that the Marlins would be ahead of the Braves right now? Crazy. But Marlins 44-51. Would have expected them to be worse.
Marlins and Nationals were at the very bottom. The crazy thing for the Braves is they're probably going to be sellers at the trade deadline. Marcell Ozuna, Ozzie Albies. I mean, some of these other pieces are going to be on the table. There's a really good chance Marcell Ozuna gets dealt. If I am one of these teams, like say the Seattle Mariners, who desperately needs another bat in the lineup, Marcell Ozuna is someone I'm calling on. He does have a small tear in his hip. It has impacted his play for a little bit. But right before the All-Star break, it seemed like he had turned a corner. They gave him a few days off, and he started to hit home runs again. Marcell Ozuna is someone I would absolutely be trying to get a piece of if I'm one of these teams going into the second half. AL Central, it's a runaway. It's the Tigers. I don't think the Twins, Guardians, Royals, any of them have enough to run them down. I don't think the Tigers are a legitimate World Series threat. I will say that, but they're going to win the division for sure.
Okay. There you go. Great
Uh,
analysis.
Next up, I want to give you my favorite bet going into the second half.
Okay.
It's not long odds or anything, but it is my favorite bet. It's in the American League Rookie of the Year race. I gave out Cam Smith prior to the season. He's pretty much even money right now with Jacob Wilson. But it's not about either one of those guys. It's about Nick freaking Kurtz. 17 home runs in 60 games that he's played. Cam Smith's hit 7. I think Jacob Wilson's hit 7. Nick Kurtz has hit 10 more home runs than them in like half the games, essentially. The kid is phenomenal.
You've
He's
been
like
riding
the
him in those home run
14th bet.
parlays too, I've noticed.
I've had him in home run parlays. I've got him on all my fantasy teams. I've been telling people about him since before he got called up, and he has lived up to the hype and then some. He's homering over the last month once every 8.7 at bats. So far in his career, he's homering like once every 10.5 ABs. The kid is the real deal. Unless he gets hurt, he is going to run down Jacob Wilson and Cam Smith. I just don't think there's any possible chance that either one of them are going to hold him off if he keeps playing
What are his
80%
odds?
of what he's done to this point. He's plus 350. So
That's still good.
it's nothing crazy. But look, 3.5 to 1, you'll take it. I'm telling you right now, it is the best bet on the entire board of everything that I have looked at for the second half. Just absolutely love it. I went ahead and put 100 on it. So I couldn't stay away from it. Full unit bet on Nick Kurtz.
All right. So the picks to recap: Nick Kurtz plus 350 is your big one. Rangers 70 to 1 World Series flyer, and Milwaukee Brewers plus 190 AL Central.
Yeah, I would say so. I gave out Skeens and Scooble prior to the season. They're the favorites to win the Cy Young. That's going to happen. MVP races are pretty much locked up unless somebody gets injured. There's not a whole lot out there worth chasing value on unless you think somebody's going to get injured. Maybe you could take Garrett Crochet to pass up Tarek Scooble. Not out of the realm of possibility. But I don't think there's a whole lot of really good bets going into the second half minutes.
All right, there you go. Those are some good ones. Next week, we're going to start the football preview, and we're going to be talking a lot of football. I'm starting to, it's always every summer, Moody. It's like the College World Series and the World Series of Poker. Get me to mid-July, and then when that's over, it's time to start looking to the fall.
Yeah, I'm ready to go, bro. I'm ready to go for football season. Fantasy football pod was a lot of fun last year. And
yeah.
Getting ready for football season already.
I also want to mention historic Louisiana. I know you're a UFC guy. That's Saturday night. Poirier against Max Holloway. Poirier's final UFC bout. Louisiana legend from Lafayette. Announced Lil Wayne's going to be walking out with him in New Orleans. Should be, UFC's had so many great fighters from Louisiana for years. First time they've ever had a card in Louisiana. So pretty cool.
It's one of the coolest moments for Louisiana sports that I can recall, to be honest with you. It's Louisiana's favorite son, Dustin Poirier, going out in an incredible event. Lil Wayne walking out with him, everybody's favorite rapper from Louisiana. Dustin Poirier has not only been one of the greatest fighters we've ever seen step inside the cage, but one of the best men, like just the way he exudes himself and everything that he does. He's a hell of a guy, man. He's one of those dudes that any fighter should try and patent themselves after, inside and outside of the cage. He's a hell of a dude. I've met him a couple times. He's good friends with one of my best friends, Matt Schnell, who's also in the UFC. It's just, you can't find anybody that has anything bad to say about Dustin Poirier except for Conor McGregor.
All right. Well, I'm excited. I know you'll be watching that Saturday, but that's going to be unbelievable seeing in New Orleans Saturday night. I'm gonna actually. I know I'm like definitely not a UFC fan, but I will be making a point to watch that Saturday night.
And look, it should be a great fight. Him and Max Holloway, two elite strikers. You're not going to see any wrestling in that one. It's not going to happen. They're going to go toe-to-toe. They're going to throw hands. Dustin may jump the gilly 1 or 2 times, but I don't even expect that to happen, to be honest with you. What would be the craziest and coolest thing ever is if Dustin Poirier finished off his last fight with a guillotine. He jumps gi way too much. His corner scolds him all the time for doing it. He knows he shouldn't do it. We'll see if it happens. It would be hilarious and somewhat fitting if he went out that way. But I have Dustin Poirier by knockout. I just think he's got too much power for Max. Max coming off a tough knockout against Ilya. Two elite boxers going heads up. Anything's possible, but I do think Poirier will go out on top.
All right, there you go. What's Poirier? What's the line on that? I'll look it up.
I don't know. I haven't looked yet because I'm probably going to put together a parlay for it. I will say, as awesome as the main event is, the rest of the card is kind of shit. It really is. I love fighting in all forms, but I think the card is very mediocre. It's being totally anchored by Dustin and what he's doing in New Orleans, and the UFC didn't put much of a show around it. So I feel like everybody that's going understands that. They're just there for Dustin, but as fans, we don't get a full course meal here. It's really just the Dustin one.
Poirier plus 114, Max Holloway minus 135. I'm trying to look up Dustin by knockout.
Yeah, it won't be anything
plus
crazy.
330. Plus 330.
Yeah, that's probably right. I would say Dustin by knockout. He may get it done by decision. Knockout's way more fun. Look, he finishes fights. That's one thing about Dustin Poirier. He finishes fights. And so I think plus 330 is, if you're going to take Dustin, you'd rather have the plus 330. It's way juicier. And it's more fun when you got the knockout on your ticket. You know what I mean?
All right, so there it is. There's the UFC pick for Saturday night. As always, firing on DraftKings, our partners. I mean, keep getting more partners. Fox Sports now. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, excited for this weekend. Like I said, the fish thing Friday is going to be really fun with Goldfinger. Going to watch that UFC Saturday night. And, just beat rolls on at Barstool, man. Always busy. Always good. Any final parting shots for us, Moody?
Nothing crazy. Just the Texas Rangers are going to shock the world in the second half.
I'm getting on it. You've told me enough. I've heard enough. I saw it 2 years ago.
Look, I'm just telling you, just don't. I understand the offense has not played great in the first half. I get that. But the pitching staff was way better than everyone expected. They have allowed the least amount of runs in all of Major League Baseball, have the Rangers. If they can replicate that in the second half and the offense just returns to form, they're going to find their way into the playoffs, and that is a team you do not want to play with Jacob deGrom and Nathan Eovaldi going heads. Like, think about the rest of the American League. The Rangers can match anybody in the American League in a 5 to 7 game series. They could easily win the American League if they find their way in. Yes, there's work to be done, but they're not that far out of the playoff hunt right now. It's like, 3.5 games, they're back of the wild card spot. They can do that. If they get in, they are going to be the most dangerous team in the American League. I guarantee you.
All right, there you go. You talked me into it. I'm getting on the Rangers 70-1 fire. Well, shout out Stella Blue and Dude Wipes as always. Let it rip with Dude Wipes. They're taking over the America, and Stella Blue Coffee fueling all our days here. I'll be running for the charity Stella Blue does stuff with Paul's. I'll be running the Chicago Marathon with them. I'm excited. I'm going to get the fundraising going here soon. All right, we're going to get out of here. It's been a great day at Barstool. So excited about the new Fox Sports partnership. Thanks, Moody. Thanks, Sam Goldfinger. I'll take it easy.